Twitter is not going as well as everyone would have liked, and I think it's because they didn't jump to the. I don't think the algorithms. It's just too much of everything, right? It's a bombardment of blah instead of curation of cool, which I think Facebook's really clearly won on. Plus, I also kind of think that they lost a lot of momentum around the ownership of the hashtag topics and trending with conversations. A lot more of that's just happened on kind of Facebook, not so much Instagram for comms or events, but I don't think it's in a good place. I think they maybe lost the ball a little bit, not getting visual fast enough. If you kind of look at the other ones, and I think the data that's coming through it in real time, people go there. It's kind of like the water cooler conversations or stuff to talk about. So much of that's sitting within Facebook now. I just think maybe they've just lost quite a bit of relevance for 2016 opposed to 2010.
Yeah, I think Facebook took them on direct competition when they introduced, I can't remember what it's called, I think it's sports rooms or something along those lines, where you can now discuss live sports live on Facebook, and that's what Twitter were doing. Boardroom upheaval hasn't helped. And I just think it's still, from an advertising perspective, their targeting still isn't as tight as Facebook's. They still just don't have that level of data.
I don't think that they know exactly what Twitter is anymore.
Yeah.
But you can almost see it, when you go, even just the smarter functionalities around, if I use Facebook on my mobile, it's already got instant trending topics of conversations in real time right then. There's sports are playing, they've instantly got sports scores. It was kind of like the things which you couldn't really go anywhere else for at a starting point, 5 years ago. Now there's a couple of different options on it. So, add that with the whole Facebook Live conversation with people there. I think probably to the point of where we know, Twitter was breaking news 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But now that content, if it's on Facebook Live, it's just sitting on front side. We don't have a news outlet. It's sitting on Facebook.
Give you time, mate.
You give me time. Yeah, we'll get there. But you know what I mean? I think that's actually really interesting as well, because visually, I think Facebook they've just taken away each little chunks of relevance of why you go there. Like right now, today, for me personally, I don't know why I'd go to Twitter.
Well, Twitter, a good example of that is Periscope, isn't it? They introduced Periscope to the world. Facebook bided their time and then sort of blew it out the water with Live. I still think it has a place. If you talk to journalists and you talk to people who work in that world, PR world, then Twitter is still huge for them. But it's more for me about pushing messages. Celebrities will still use it to broadcast their message. So I still think it has a place. It just isn't anywhere near as multifaceted as some of the other platforms.
And I think the reach and engagement of what would be going out the door in 2016 on Twitter compared to 2010, two totally different things as well.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether it's just more competition, more whatever, but unless Twitter make a big pivot to something in 2017, if it keeps going the way it is, I just think too many other competitors are just chomping out chunks of what made it special, making it pretty much blah. To be fair, I'm just a bit blah on it.
An interesting observation though, kind of side topic, but Trump had 4 million more followers on Twitter than Hillary Clinton did.
And they're all based between the coasts that don't actually vote properly.
Quite right.
Sweet.
So that's Twitter.